you. Then we design, the creators, the second year, and then entrepreneurship is the last year. So the explorer. I don't know, do you know who you are? Do you know what your passions are? Do you know what you really want to do? We try to help you find these directions to go in, via personal branding, via future telling and researching the trends, the current trends and what we think these trends will develop towards. Doing lots of different kinds of research, user research, primary research, secondary online, and come up with different kinds of solutions. Yeah? Year one, this is what it looks like. We've got 4 modules in the Propedeuze year. This is the first year. Have a seat. First we look at you in the world with Project Community. Here we work with NGOs around the world and we do Google Hangouts. Connect with them. Also personal branding to find out who you are. If you could do something, anything you wanted in the whole world tomorrow, and money wasn't really a problem, what would you be doing?
Surfing.
Surfing. Okay, we have quite a few surfers here. You see on that second computer,
Oh, yeah.
they're developing a new kind of surfboard.
Awesome.
We have a lot of different surfers, designers here who really want to do this also as a graduation project. So you could learn a lot from that. How about you? What would you be doing?
I don't know. I think I would start my own company, making little weird stuff, little gadgets.
Quirky little gadgets. Yeah, that's nice. It's always nice to kind of set out what you want to do, what you want to be, and there's no right or wrong answer. It's all about, okay, what kind of steps do I have to take to get there? And we try to guide you through these steps. And then if you change your mind in a few years, it's okay, you know the steps again. That's what it's about. In the second module, Project Future, we go into also working with companies from around the world, or around the country anyways. What kind of things, how will the world look like, how will Holland look like anyways, in 25, 35 years? And then they set out that the ideas, okay, this could be happening in this scenario or in this scenario, and how do you kind of get ahead of the problems? In the third module, Project Society and You, it's a lot of research, user research, also to find out. We work with also companies again, like Philips and Unilever and the Red Cross, and we ask the companies, what kind of problems are you dealing with at the moment? And then they have to try to, okay, this is the theme, and these are the criteria that you have to think of to solve the problems. And in the fourth module, you come up with solutions. I'd like to invite Bobby to come up here and tell us a little bit about Project Community.
So, hi, I'm first year student, and in our first module, we worked for this NGO, GoGroby Foundation, and they needed help to increase their network, and they needed more foundation for their goal, which was preserving Caribbean culture, and they were organizing different storytellings, performances, and other stuff like that, and they still needed a foundation to go more into depth and get more children to participate. So we were like, okay, how are we gonna help these people? But we had our teachers and ourselves, because we were like from different countries, and when you work in group with other people with other types of thinking, you are like, okay, this is so cool, we're gonna do something for them, and it was really a successful project we did for them.
Thank you very much. Maya, could you tell us something about personal branding?
Yes. It's actually a really good way of starting the course off, because everybody starts university thinking they have a direction in life they want to go, and they kind of know who they are. But really, that traveling into it and really realizing, getting insights into who you are is very good. And especially the Sweet Spot one was very good at giving you a sense of direction of where you're going, because it's a combination of your passions, your purpose, and your talents in life, and that is in the Sweet Spot model. So you find your sweet spot in life. What is it you're meant to do in life? And that, to me personally, has actually influenced the entire course here, because all my projects have sort of been influenced by what I learned in this model.
Great, thank you. Sylvie.
Hi. So we also did Project Future. Laura mentioned it a bit, but basically you imagine future scenarios for different situations. So in our case, we were looking at how will virtual banking be in 20 years. And so we actually got to work with ING. We went there every Friday and we worked with their team there. And we came up with different future scenarios of what might be happening with virtual banking. And then we basically made an entire plan for them of steps that they can take to prepare for this and be prepared as a company. And yeah, it was a really good experience.
Yeah. Thank you. Again, till it's solved. Okay, and also in this course, you set out with 2 drivers, like different scenarios that you could think of, like a worst case scenario and a best case scenario. And the worst case scenario is not the scenario you go for, but you could always imagine maybe the world will look like that in 20 years. How do we avoid these problems? So, and in the best case scenario, that's kind of where you want to go towards, but which ones are feasible? Okay? Mikey, Cyrus.
Hi everyone, I'm Cyrus and this is Mikey. We're first year students as well, and we've just finished, we're just finishing off our module at the moment, and it's all about learning how to research properly. We've been working with the Red Cross ourselves, and yeah, they came to us with the problem that there isn't enough youth in their volunteer demographic, and so yeah, we've kind of been taught different ways of researching, and
yeah, so the first thing we had to do was quite a lot of secondary research to kind of gain a global context of what the problem is, so there isn't actually any youth volunteers. So that's the first thing we did, and then after that we did a lot of primary research, so we actually had to go out there and interview people face to face, which most people don't really like, but we had to. And after that we created a design brief, so that in the next module, the next design team that's going to work on the issues are going to come up with the solutions for it.
Okay, thank you. These are some solutions from 2 years ago, actually. Maybe, Sharon, could you say a little bit about solutions?
Yeah, sure.
Because you get the design brief and you have all these criteria, and then here you go with it.
Yeah, and after you get the criteria, which is called the design brief, you put in a team. So a completely new team gets the design brief, and then you have to design a solution for it. So my group made the design brief, and we passed it on to a new group. And our design brief was that children were afraid of the dentist, so they had to somehow make them not afraid of the dentist. So the new group had to design something to make children more comfortable in the dentist. So one came up with a more comfortable dentist chair, and one came up with an interactive app, I think, to make it more fun for them to be in the dentist.
Thank you. Okay, and the creator. And the year from the creator starts off with a design brief, which I'll get to in a minute, from a module you do in the last module, the International Insights Research. So you get this design brief and you start your design project. You have all this research, all this backup, and you have to think, okay, what am I going to make with this? And the first module is an individual project, and then you make your first prototype. Then you go to the second module, design project 2, and then you work within a group, materializing it, and in the last module, you make it really happen. So maybe we could go to the next slide. This is the 4 modules. Design project 1 with the ideas and concepts, materialization, realization, and then the International Insights Research. That's a project that they go anywhere in the world and do research on a specific thing they're working on to make a new design brief for the next year students. Yeah. Johan, I ask you to come up.
Hi guys, I'm Johan and I'm a second year student. I want to tell you about the design project. As Laura mentioned, you will get a design brief, which will basically be a short description of a problem, and you have to turn that into a solution, into a product. Me and my teammate, we are in DP2 right now, design project 2, which is the second phase, And we've been developing a portable wind turbine. As you can see here, it's a little scale model that we made. And it's really nice because the next module that we have, we're actually going to make this product in full scale. We're working with a really good design company. I don't know if you guys know it, it's Vacuvan. And they're helping us a lot. They're giving us feedback and so on. So basically, design project is all about creating something new, creating something innovative, and maybe making a change as well.
Thank you. In the last year is the year of the entrepreneur. You can choose to either start your own business or go into a huge company, multinational, and be an entrepreneur within the company as an advisor or as a designer. You learn about the financial aspects. Not everybody is really thrilled about how much things cost, but it's very important to know if something is going to be feasible, because it could be desirable, but if it's not feasible, it'll never get off the drawing table. Yeah? So as I mentioned, you go do entrepreneurship and innovation. That's a module that Toshi will tell you about. And you can choose 2 minors. And after that, you go into the real thing, the graduation process. So Toshi, could I ask you to come up? Oh yeah, first, entrance requirements. In case you didn't know, you have to have a VWO or a higher level high school education, international baccalaureate, that type of thing to get in to this course. If you do HAVO, you can go through to industrial product design and get your Poppodizer there, and then continue. Okay? So welcome home, but maybe I didn't have any pictures, that's why. Toshi, could you come up and tell them about the minors and about the entrepreneurship and innovations?
So the minor is basically where you get to personalize your course. I mean, you kind of already personalize it with all the projects you do, but then here you get to decide, okay, maybe I want to study photography because I'm really interested in graphic design. I'm going there with my project, so then you can take a minor in that. For example, I took a minor in developmental cooperation, I would say it backwards. And there I basically got to learn how to work with different kinds of people in different situations. Because, for example, if I want to go work in China, there's a completely different kind of atmosphere there. You can't just walk in and be like, hey, let's do this. They have their own process, and you got to learn how to do that. And then for entrepreneurship and innovation, that was a really fun course, really, really fun. As an afterthought, not doing it because it was like numbers and business plans and comparative analysis and risk analysis and pretty much everything that could be analyzed was analyzed in that course. But in the end, you're well able to make like a business plan to take to a company because you've learned all of that stuff and you've practiced it with every single assignment, which seems really annoying at the time, but in the end, I could do a business plan right now in like 8 hours. It won't be the best thing in the world, but it will be professional enough to take to a company, which is what you really need if you're going to succeed.
Okay, thank you. Sharon, could you come up and tell us a little bit about your graduation project? It's the last and final strip.
I'm a third-year student, and I'm doing my graduation project right now. So we were given the option of either joining a large company to do an internship there and do a project for the company, or to start up your own business. I wanted the experience of being in a multinational company and working with them, so I applied to do an internship at Philips, and I got it. So right now I'm working on that, and I got to do a project on kitchens in Indonesia because of my background, and on Monday I just came back from Jakarta from doing field research there. So right now I've had all the data analysis, and I'm going to be designing a kitchen appliance for Indonesia that Philips could potentially use, hopefully in the future, in the market there. And that will be done in around June, July.
Great, thank you. Well, you can find us on the internet. You can find us, join us on Facebook. Students who are going to sign up for this course. Everybody, stay, enjoy, talk to the students, talk to the different colleagues. Do we have any questions right now?